I'm Rolf Versluis with Adcap Network Systems. I'm going to talk to you today about a big change with Cisco's SMARTnet. SMARTnet's completely changing their name. That's the biggest first thing that you need to know. So starting July 27th, SMARTnet is changing from SMARTnet to SMARTnet Total Care. Since Cisco doesn't like to use words, you're probably just going to see SNTC. And so if you want to be in the know for your Cisco support, you're going to have to know that it's going to be SNTC, SMARTnet Total Care, going forward. So what does this change mean? Well, first of all, the part numbers stay the same and the price stays the same. Anybody who has SMARTnet currently is going to get switched over to SMARTnet Total Care. So let's talk about what you get with SMARTnet Total Care and why this is a good thing. Now, do I know that the prices are going to stay the same? No. SMARTnet goes up in price every few years. That's why some of our customers buy multi-years ahead of time to lock in the price. So I can't guarantee that. But all the part numbers are changing the same and the price should pretty much stay the same. Cisco's just giving you smart capabilities at no additional charge. So SMARTnet itself, this has some basic things that everybody who has Cisco equipment has come to expect. So let's talk about what those are. Those are the basics. You're going to keep those, and there's not really going to be much of a change there. So you're going to get access to the Cisco Technical Assistance Center. 24/7 support for all your devices and products that you have current SMARTnet on. Online resources. And these have always been excellent. So this is documentation, how-to guides, support guides, all sorts of things like that. Advanced hardware replacement. So when we sell SMARTnet, we set it up for 8x5 by next business day or 24/7 by 4-hour replacement. That comes from Cisco's depots all over the place. And then software updates. So none of that is going to change. So what you get is additional smart capabilities. Let's talk about that a little bit. So a lot of people have a bunch of Cisco hardware and software deployed. And Cisco doesn't really know what's going on with that stuff. So smart capabilities gives Cisco the ability to, and you, the ability to figure out what the heck's going on with all that stuff and then provide you information about it. So smart capabilities give you information on what your installed base is. What do you actually have in your system? And it gives you information like the product number, the serial number, the iOS version, and the status of the device. Delta reports. So what's changed? Well, for example, if you add new equipment or take equipment away, or if you have to replace something by doing advanced replacements, so you get a new switch and you swap that out, the serial number has changed. Or maybe you upgrade iOS or rollback, or you change your configuration or something like that. So what's changed? What your contract status is. So SMARTnet, the support for all the Cisco equipment, gets purchased every year. So the smart capabilities will be able to give you a report on if your equipment's covered or not. Nothing's more frustrating than calling and opening a case with Cisco TAC and finding out the piece of gear that you're calling to report on isn't covered. It's usually after hours. It's usually when there's a problem, and that's like the worst time to find out about it. Product and security alerts. Okay, so sometimes there's a bug or a security issue or a concern with some type of code. You don't want to get all of them from Cisco because they have a whole bunch of different products that you might not have in your environment. So you just want to get the alerts for the ones that you care about. So that's what this gives you. Product alerts, every once in a while or over time, products go end of sale and then end of support. We call that EOX. So end of sale, end of support. Some people call it end of life, but there's also different gradations in there like end of software support, end of hardware support, stuff like that. Covered and uncovered devices. So some people choose to not have all the Cisco devices in their network covered. That's good. That's okay. But you want to know what stuff's covered and what's not so you can make intelligent decisions and budgeting decisions on what to cover and what not to cover. And then it also provides you TAC interaction improvement. So if you do have to open a case with a Cisco Technical Assistance Center, they're able to get the current configuration, the current iOS, and any other diagnostics type information. So this is all good stuff. So you're going to get smart capabilities at no additional cost just by Cisco changing from SMARTnet to SMARTnet Total Care. All right, so this isn't magic. So how does it actually get delivered? Well, there's a collector. So a collector is an application that runs on hardware or runs as a virtual machine. And Cisco can run it under KVM, under Hyper-V, under VMware. So deploy and set up the collector, and then it securely sends information to Cisco for analysis. So Cisco has a whole white paper on how this collector is secure and how the process of sending information to Cisco is secure and how the information that they keep there is secure. So everybody's going to have security questions, and we've got some answers for that. So how do you get these smart capabilities? And what do you get? So you get the Smart Services Entitlement. So everybody, starting July 27th, 2015, gets Smart Services Entitlement. Boom. You can log in to the Smart Services portal, and you can start setting your stuff up. You also get a free download of the collector software. So you can download the virtual machine image of the collector software and run it on your hypervisor of choice. You also, for free, get community support of the collector and the portal. So there's a collector that goes in your system, and that sends information to Cisco, where they provide you portal access to see information about your system. So it's kind of two parts there. So some of the stuff that it provides is smart data, and this is information on performance and other things like that, so that when you do have a case with Cisco TAC, the smart data can help troubleshoot it. And Cisco also provides, if you want to pay for it, Smart Assist. So what is Smart Assist? There's a whole bunch of smart things here. But Smart Assist is Cisco remotely assists your setup of the collector. Twice a year, they provide a reconciliation of the base. So that means they go through and say, okay, we've got your covered and uncovered devices. We've got your list of installed base. Let's make sure that all the serial numbers match up. Let's make sure everything is available and we haven't changed things. So twice a year, reconciliation of that. And they also provide tax support of the collector itself. So this is nice. It's not necessary. This is something that you can do yourself. Heck, it's something that Adcap, through our PremierNet service, can do for you. So we provide support on all this stuff. Now we got a little bit ahead of the game. So we installed one of these collectors about 6 months ago on our internal network. And we've been working with some customers to install the collector and get it set up as well. So our deployment engineers have experience in doing all this SMARTnet Total Care collector stuff. So to find out more, you can go to cisco.com/go/SNTC. See, I told you you need to know that. SMARTnet Total Care. So those are the big changes. July 27th, everybody gets SMARTnet Total Care. You get free access to the portal, free download of the collector software, community support, and you know that Cisco engineers go to the message boards and answer questions there too. So it's community and actual Cisco support. And these are all the great things that you get with it. So I encourage you, if you have Cisco devices in your network, to go ahead and take advantage of the SMARTnet Total Care Entitlement. Go ahead and get the download collector downloaded and set up, configure it. If you're looking for some assistance on that, of course, our deployment and support team is happy to provide that type of assistance, whether it's on the initial setup, the ongoing reconciliation. And the big advantage that you're going to get out of this is that when you next go to get your SMARTnet renewed, you're going to have a complete report of all the devices in your network, whether they're covered or uncovered, whether they're end of life and coming up, and you'll be able to get a great quote and turn that into, make sure that you have SMARTnet coverage on everything that you've got, so that in the future, if you do have trouble with any of the hardware or software that you've got from Cisco, you're going to know that you're going to be able to call the Cisco Technical Assistance Center and get support. not only are you know that you're going to be covered, but you also are going to have the additional information that the smart data provides to them. So that's my update. Again, this is Rolf Versluis, Adcap Network Systems, talking about Cisco SMARTnet Total Care. Thanks.